Spurgeon here with RevZilla TV to talk to you today about the AltRider Hemisphere Pannier system available at RevZilla.com. So the Hemisphere system is going to be perfect for any of you riders out there that have a loop luggage rack on your motorcycle already installed. Now this is going to be specifically made for dual sport riders that want to drop weight in off-road conditions. You can get rid of those big bulky steel bags that are going to put a lot of weight in your bike, and you're going to move to a system that's really going to allow you to play heavier and harder in the dirt. Like I said, it's going to work for anyone that has a steel rack system already installed in their bike. From sport touring to adventure to dual sport, it's a nice versatile system, but you have to have that. On my Beamer on my left-hand side, I have a GV luggage rack on there, and they slip right on. Now on our BSD, or beard scale difficulty for installation, you're looking at a 1 out of 3. This is a simple process for me. I had them on the Beamer in about 25 minutes, and I was ready to ride. We'll talk more about install at the end, but right now let's jump in and talk about what sets the Hemisphere system apart from other pannier systems out there on the market. So AltRider's been manufacturing luggage and hard parts for motorcycles since 2010. They're a relatively young player in the company, but they've done a great job fostering a nice dual sport community around the products that they're creating and selling. So what we have here is the Hemisphere bags, and the real benefit for this is it's going to work great for you dual sport riders out there that want to get aggressive in the dirt and you need to drop some weight. Those big metal pannier systems are heavy, and this is going to allow you to really get out there and play harder when you're off-road. So this is going to be first and foremost available for 3 different types. So you have a center exhaust type, you have a left exhaust, and a right mounted exhaust. So wherever your mount is for your bike, for your exhaust, you can get a bag to accommodate that. On my right-hand side, this is for those of you out there with a center mount exhaust. And you're going to see 125 liters in capacity all the way around. The top bag is going to be 28 liters. And then you have a top bag section for each side, and you have a bottom bag section for each side. So you're looking at 34 liters up top and about 15 liters down below. Now that will vary if you go to a left mount or a right mount system, but overall you're still getting 125 liters in capacity no matter which bag setup you choose. So let's actually break this down. And as we get into this, I really want you to think of this system as a harness system for dry bags. You have removable dry bags in 5 different forms, and you have one main compartment that stays on your bike, and that harnesses the whole thing together. So let's start by looking at the BMW on my left-hand side. You're going to have main compartments on the top and a main compartment on the bottom, and you're going to have that on both sides. You're going to have one main strap that's going to go around, and this mounting strap actually holds the whole thing together. And what's really cool about this is as you pull down this strap, and the straps on all of these are rated at 3,000 pounds. So again, just that durable technology, that durable roughness and toughness that we know from AltRider carries through even in their soft luggage. As you pull this down, you're not just actually tightening down the top bag, you're tightening the whole system closer to the bike. So the harder you pull on this, the harder you tie your luggage down, and the tighter everything gets together. So if you're out there beating it up on the trail, you're not going to lose anything. Now if we were to take this off, you have a cam lock buckle up top, and you simply pull this out, and the whole strap just slides off. And once you have that off of there, you have a clip in the front, and they use a Durlin plastic, so it's super durable. And you have a clip in the back. And then the whole dry bag simply pops out in a pod. And you can see what I'm talking about. This is simply going to be like a holster. Like you're in the Old West and you got your holster on your hip. That's what this is for. The pod comes out, and then everything just goes into this. I will say there's a nice strip that runs along the top here, nice finish, so you're going to have no frayed edges, nothing like that. And then you're going to have a nice little notch right here, and this is to give you more pressure point for when you're actually riding around. They had some problems with earlier models, and they made an adjustment, so you're going to see an actual little hole cut out there where my finger's going through, and that actually helps with the strength of the bag to make sure there's no rips or tears when you're out there on the road. So the actual dry pods that go into this. It's a simple dry bag. You're going to have military stitching throughout. You're going to make sure that you roll this down at least 3 times to get the waterproof that you're looking for. There is a Velcro snap on the inside. You're going to put your stuff in. I've got some lovely paper in there. You're going to put your stuff in there. You're going to Velcro it back up, and you're going to roll it down. You're going to have a strap that's going to harness all the way around, so you're not going to have to worry about ripping or tearing. The only little nitpick that I have with AltRider for this is they left the top part just cut in a jagged edge. There's no binding on that. Just from an aesthetic point, it's not a functionality thing. I would have loved to see them kind of like bend this down and bind it out just to make the whole thing look a little bit more finished. But again, I'm nitpicking, and it's a really nice setup that you're going to see. So when you're ready to put this back on, make sure you roll that up 3 times, and then you simply just shove it back in there, and you buckle it down. Now I'm going to leave it unbuckled for a second. And the reason I'm going to leave it unbuckled is I want to show you the lower compartment. For your lower compartment, it's a little garage style. This flap pops down, you're going to reach in, and you're going to pull out your smaller dry bag on the bottom. This is going to be perfect for any kind of tools, tire irons, air pumps, tubes, anything you want to put in here that's a little bit heavier, that's going to go right in there. You do have another buckle that goes across the top that's going to lock the whole thing in. And then once you strap this down, ties your dry bag down up top, put the other one across the bottom, that locks your whole system in, and you're going to be set to go. So it's a nice versatile system. You have those dual chambers on there. You have your lighter stuff up top, clothing, tent, sleeping bag, and you have your heavier stuff down below. And again, once you have it all set to go, cam buckle goes across the top, you put it through the cam system, ratchet it down, the whole thing's nice and tight on your motorcycle. So those are your dry bags on either side. That's going to be your pods and your holster system. Now on the top, you're going to have another universal system, and this is something that I really like. This is super versatile, and from someone that spends a lot of time moto camping, I really like this. So you have a dry bag. This is going to be the same dry bag. I'm not going to bother unrolling this because it's going to be the same setup you have over here. 28 liters in capacity, but you have these unique straps that are going to lock this down. And what you have here is you're going to have a MOLLE system that you're going to see, and it's a military-derived system. You're going to have a series of different loops across the top. So to get this mounted down, you can pick the loops you want to go through. You're going to strap these straps through there and just ratchet it down. Sounds simple. Here's what I like. Let's say you get to the campsite, you drop your stuff off, you set your tent up. What you want to do now is you have to go back into town. You need to pick up a case of beer. You got to sit around the campfire and drink something. Maybe you need some firewood to build that campfire. What you can do is you can take these straps off. You can run them through the MOLLE system on here. You can go into town, you can throw the beer, the camping wood, anything you want to put up there, and just ratchet the whole thing down. Why I like this is because I'm the guy that gets to the campsite, and then I'm the guy that gets sent back out to town, and I can't tell you how many times I've been trying to stick firewood into my luggage or firewood under the back seat. I'm scraping, I'm scratching, I'm beating stuff up. So this system is really great. The other cool thing about this is if you pull this bag off, you can actually put a passenger right on here. It's a nice padded base. Your passenger can sit on there if you want to, and you can just use the side bags and go out there and ride with your passenger. And you can still keep these straps with you, so if you do get to the campsite, you can go back out and haul some more luggage around. Really nice, versatile system, and AltRiders put a lot of thought into that. Now, when we talk about how this whole thing mounts down, you're gonna have a system that's gonna loop around, and it's all gonna tie into those original cam straps that we were talking about. Remember, 3,000 pounds in strength. So you can ratchet these things down as hard as you want. I mean, really just tug on them. And this is going to wrap around, and you're going to see a mounting system on the inside. This is going to loop around the steel luggage rack, and you're going to clip that down. Once that's clamped on there, you're going to be able to pull down as hard as you want. You're also going to see a strap around the back, and this is simply going to go through any kind of a rack system you have on your bike. If you look at the BMW on my left-hand side, you can see it goes nicely through my AltRider luggage rack that I have installed in the motorcycle as well. The other part you're going to have is you're going to have two main harnesses that go to the front, and they're going to strap down to your foot peg. So it's going to be nice, tight, and durable once you get it on there. Now, I will say this. As we talk about our installation, we talked about in the beginning, it's a 1 out of 3 on our BSD, or beard scale difficulty for install. You have to keep this in mind. You need a loop-style luggage rack installed in your motorcycle. On the BMW, I have GV racks on there, and it worked just great. So you have to have some kind of a system on there to be able to strap this whole thing down. Like I said, it took me about 25 minutes to get this installed, and it was a super easy process. You have one buckle there, you have one strap here, and you have one strap up front, and you're set to ride. Just make sure you're really pulling that stuff down nice and tight. I will say this, I've played with AltRider stuff out there in the real world. It holds up, it's durable, and there's a lot of thought that goes into this. I'm really excited to see these bags. I think it's a super versatile option, and it's going to be great for you dual sport riders out there that want to drop weight, but you still want to take a bunch of stuff with you when you're out in the road. There's a lot of folks out there using AltRider products. If you want to hear more about what they have to say, do me a favor, click below. Read other riders' opinions and reviews about the AltRider stuff they have on their motorcycles. More questions for us? Never hesitate. Get us on the phone, 877-792-9455, or simply type us out an email, cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the AltRider Hemisphere Soft Pannier system. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.